It's time for another episode of Raising Courageous Leaders by Mr. Bonke Shipalana. That's my dad.
So today we are talking about backing yourself up.
Yeah.
And I find this to be so important because I think a lot of the time we always seek external validation and we don't take the time to actually work on the internal messaging, the conversations we're having with ourselves and the belief in ourselves and how to cultivate that if you don't already have it. So great topic, but what inspired you to pick this one up?
I think, these days I tend to look at life and get inspiration from day-to-day activities.
Yeah.
And this, for me, originated from a Twitter topic. And when people are asking, what's your biggest flex? And when people are talking about flex, they're talking about their cars, they're talking about their graduation. Someone said, I met Queen Elizabeth. And people were flexing or showing off.
Yeah.
And when I sat down and I looked at my own life and I said, Bonke, what has been your biggest flex? What is it that you can brag about?
Yeah.
And I realized that each time I reached a T-junction in life and I had to either go left or right, I had to back myself up. And I am so grateful that every time I say I want this in 10 years' time, I don't depend on government, I don't depend on the system, I don't depend on my partner.
Yeah.
I first put myself in and say, you know what, Bonke, if that's what you want, start something today. The rest of the world, the rest of the system will join you on the journey. It's not about the system first, it's about you first, and life is going to follow you. And for me, my biggest flex in life is that I can back myself up.
And it's very interesting that you're talking about bragging and the flex, very interesting choice of words as well. Because we live in the kind of society where bragging is everything, right?
Yep.
Social media is built on that. And you're basically saying that we must learn to shut out the noise and listen to the voice within?
Yes, I think you're nearly right. I mean, I read a quote this morning from Cristiano Ronaldo, and he said that I don't chase records; records chase me.
Ooh.
And I'm like, wow, that is a real flex.
Wow.
He's saying that I do the work, and what you see as well done, Ronaldo, I don't go after it; it comes after me. So instead of bragging, let the bragging chase you. You don't have to tell people that you are a millionaire. Let your work talk on your behalf.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what life is about.
So back yourself up. What do we mean by that? Or what does it really entail? What does it ask of us? What does it require of us?
Being able to back yourself up is about dismissing the niggling self-doubts and getting on with the job.
Yeah.
It involves believing that even if you don't have that great skill, even if your title is not doctor or professor, start something. It's about placing yourself in an awkward and uncomfortable position in order to perform at your role. Anything new that you do will make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And when people feel uncomfortable, they back up. And at the end of the day, if you're going to back yourself up, know that being uncomfortable is normal. It's about you putting your hand up for a new job or opportunity. It's all about taking risks in order to get ahead. Yeah. Most people don't want to take risks, don't want to be uncomfortable, don't want to be challenged. They want to do the things that make them feel at home. Yeah. But at home, that's where you sleep. That's not where you work.
That's true. A space of comfort, right? Yeah. Very interestingly, conversations that I have with myself, especially after I've had these engagements with you where I'm looking internally and I'm investigating my feelings, why I do the things that I do and how it is that I can perhaps do better, I always find it so fascinating that as a people, we are so easy to commit to, doing for others, So if it involves showing up for Bonke, I'm going to be there every time. Sure. But then I make a promise to myself, and as soon as it becomes uncomfortable or, unbearable or, so I'm not going to go out for that jog. I'm not going to do the things that I've promised myself to do. I'm very easy to betray myself. Why is that? Why can I commit more to others than I do myself?
Because you don't have to live with a failure.
Ugh.
So you don't have to live with a failure. So when someone says, I want to buy a brand new BMW, he says, no, Chomi. Tanga. How much installment? Tanga. And the friend buys and they can't afford insurance. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
So most of the time we're willing to encourage others because their failure is not our problem, but their success is our joy.
Yeah.
While for us, it's nearly the opposite. You are going to live with that challenge, or you're going to live with that failure, or you're going to live with that scar.
Yeah.
So you try and run away from it. It's better for you to be a spectator rather than to be a participant at a soccer game.
So now we're talking to African bankers and we're talking to our customers. How can they back themselves up? What are the tools are we giving them?
As usual, 3 quick points.
Yeah.
Point number 1,
Yeah.
there is never a perfect time. People love to wait. I am waiting for all seasons to come together at the same time. It's mission impossible.
Yeah.
You will never have enough money. You will never have enough time. You will never have enough love. You will never have enough support. You will never have enough of what you desire to start with. So there is never a perfect time. Mark Victor once said that don't wait until everything is just right. It will never be perfect.
Right.
There will always be challenges, obstacles, and less than perfect conditions. So what? Get started now.
Yeah.
With each step you take, you'll grow stronger and stronger, and more skilled, more and more self-confident, and more successful. So as a banker, as African banker or a customer, don't wait for the systems to be perfect. Don't wait for the day everything is perfect. Start now. Whatever your goal, internal goal and external goal, start now. The perfect day to start is now, not when everything is together, because that will never happen.
It'll never be together.
Yeah.
And you also talk about starting now, but also starting where you are. Start where you are. There will never be the most perfect conditions for you to start to work towards something. Start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have and work towards that. Right?
I mean, just to divert a bit and give it a tangible example. I've met so many young people who say, no, Bonk, I love my girlfriend, I love my boyfriend. We're waiting to have enough money to have a wedding. I'm like, Haibo, that will never happen. It will happen maybe when you retire at the age of 60. You want to get married? Marriage it's not about money. Go and sign, and then you might have a wedding 10 years later when you have the right money. But don't allow what you don't have to stop you to start what you desire. Start with what you have now.
And you also wanted to talk about failure as well.
Yep, that is point 2. When you're going to do something new, there's a big chance that you will fail. In the Bible, it talks about Mary the virgin. The original word for the word virgin is I've never done this before. So anything new that you start, you're a virgin in that, meaning that there is fear that's going to crop in the same way that Mary said, she feared when the angel came in. So in life, whatever you attempt to do that is new to your system, that is new to your DNA, that is new to your character, will always bring a level of fear, which might lead to failure. James Cameron once said that, but failure has to be an option in art and in exploration because it's a leap of faith. And no important endeavor that required innovation was done without risks. You have to be willing to take those risks. So what I'm trying to say to people that if you start something new and you fail, it's normal. You're not a failure. It's part and parcel of the process.
At least you dared to try as well. You
learned something about the process and about
yourself.
100%.
I read somewhere some years ago something that said the real loser is the one that never tried.
Exactly.
And now your last point.
My last point, I think we've talked about this and I'll keep on re-emphasizing it until people buy into it. You are born powerful.
It's important.
The sad part about it is that everyone else thinks the next person is powerful. They think Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King are powerful. Oprah. No, you are powerful. They just believed it and brought it to life. And there's a quote that we love in the movies you always hear people quoting it. It says that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate.
Oh yes.
Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? To African bankers, who are you not to be? In you, there's a possibility of being a manager, being promoted, having money, graduating, having a master's degree, diploma. Don't let your current challenges or situations close you off from the power that is already within you.
What's our task as we are endeavoring to back ourselves up? What is the task that you are giving us to ponder on?
Stop thinking and start doing.
Simple enough.
Yep.
Bonke, always good.
Thank you.
Stop waiting for someone to rescue you.
You must have patience and engage in consistent action.
Find the inspiration within yourself
Patience.
to rise above and be your own hero. Join Bonke Shipalana on The Power Within